Listen up, it's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're gonna need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt.
Are you serious, Coach?
That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment?
Let's go.
Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man.
Let's
and
go.
Gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your
Swain event live from Beatty Chevrolet, Parkside Drive, home of the warranty for life. Swain events fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-250-5503 is our telephone number here to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. And we are so glad that you are joining us this morning, 3 minutes past the top of the hour, 8:50 a.m., 100.9 FM, Rocky Top Sports. Ben McKee is in the studios of the Low T Center, and we are on location. We, as in Charlie Burris, myself, Jason Swain. Wow, what a weekend. Top 10 teams dropping left and right. The Tennessee Volunteers go on the road as a huge underdog against a top 25 team, a defense ranked in the top 10 in the country, and they put up 30 points with the help of a defensive touchdown and explosive plays all over the field. Tennessee comes away with a huge win, first SEC win since 2016. Feels good. Feels good on a Monday here in Knoxville, Tennessee.
First SEC win since 2016. First win over an SEC West team since 2010. First win on the road against an SEC West team since 2007. First win over Auburn since 1999. Lots of streaks broken there on Saturday. Really, really exciting. Really happy for this team because it's obviously been a long time coming. Yeah, I was very glad to see that result over the weekend. Glad we get to talk about a win on this Monday morning.
Happy for, number one, these players. Happy for them, first and foremost. Secondly, I'm happy for coaches for putting in all the time, all the work, all the overtime. And then last but not least, our fans that travel to Auburn, our fans that continue to stay positive and understand that it was going to be a process. And I understand how frustrating it is because here we are on our third rebuilding job with the new coach. But these fans have continued to stay loyal, continue to support, and I know that win felt really, really good for them. So, again, the players, our coaches, our fans, kudos, very happy for you. Now, our own Benjamin McKee went to the game, and he said that if Tennessee beat Auburn, he would roll Toomer's Corner. See, we had this great plan, and we were going to roll Toomer's Corner, well, Ben was. Well, see, what had happened was because of Harvey Updike, they have all this crazy security, and they're paying attention so much, and there's a sign that says, please do not roll the trees. And so there was a guard watching, and I'm sorry, I don't want Ben's squeaky clean record and image to be tarnished by getting in trouble down there in Auburn. So that is the reason why the trees did not get rolled. But Ben, how was the atmosphere? Good morning, sir. How was the game there, my friend?
Good morning, individuals. The game was absolutely perfect. The environment from a Tennessee standpoint was absolutely awesome. All of Tennessee's fans, obviously they sold out the 5,000 allotment that Auburn allowed, but then there were probably 2,000 to 3,000 more Tennessee fans that bought tickets through other avenues and made the trip down. So I would say Tennessee had a contingent of 7,000 to 8,000 fans down there. And based off comments I've seen, you could hear us or them through the television at some point singing Rocky Top. So I thought that was very cool, and it was really cool to see the emotions of the players, the relief after the game as they kind of ran into the tunnel. But everything was awesome, and I did not get to roll Toomer's Corner, as you said. For many reasons, they had somebody walking around kind of keeping a watchful eye on the place. There were several signs that said, do not roll, or please do not roll. And then on top of all that, I was with my future in-laws, who are diehard Auburn fans, and they had just got their butts whooped, so I didn't want to rub it in their face even more. So I hate that I didn't get to do it, but it was probably the best decision not to do it.
Come on, Ben. There's no better way to make a good impression on your in-laws than getting arrested for throwing toilet paper into a tree. No excuses. No excuses.
That's fair, but I decided not to deal with that bullet this time.
I understand 100%. Let's get to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline this morning. Let's bring in Turkey Man. Turkey Man, good morning.
Good morning, individual.
Good morning.
Hey, I tell you what, there's so many. First of all, Ben, I'm disappointed. I mean, you ought to decorated the fence, if nothing else. Found you a little bush to put some toilet paper on. Toilet papers or their outhouse, whatever.
I thought about that,
decorate.
but I didn't want to have a weak showing. I thought it'd be better just not to do it.
Well, you could have went into a Walmart or somewhere like that. One of them places there, they got their Christmas stuff already out. Some of them places there, and roll one of them.
Roll something,
but
right?
At least roll it.
Roll something.
And in other words, I've got a for what before I get headed into the football.
Yeah, we just started.
And that was game for what. The for what was your caller that called in last night.
Oh boy.
That wanted that was talking how good we did. In 28 seconds, he went from how good we did, how proud he was of us, and how this, that, and that. But he didn't want us to beat Alabama because he didn't want them to drop from number one.
Yeah.
For what?
Pretty ridiculous phone call there.
For what? I don't know, in any right mind, any ball fan that look forward to the third week in October to whoop Alabama's butt, and he don't want us to beat them. For what?
Tell him, Turkey
Man.
Man.
And I am disappointed. Yeah. Number one, I am so proud to see that we got wide receiver U back. And I am so proud to see that the dogs got turned out. But I'm telling you what, that was the best I've seen, and I don't know when. And looked like that JG was a chunking darts, and they was going to get them. And that, I guess, to me, that and there was some actual hitting. And there was some actually head hunting going on. And of course, I want you to talk about what that's going to affect injury wise and players being out later on. But guys, great win, excitement. And by the way, I am champion today.
You are, man.
I am champion. First call. Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys. Go Vols.
Hey, thank you, Turkey Man. Yeah, Turkey Man is the hour one champion here on the Swain event, giving us a call first. But I guess we'll start from the beginning. You know, Tennessee, and it's really hard. Pruitt said this on his coaching show yesterday. It's really hard to stop Auburn with their first drive because they come out It's hard to simulate that speed. It's hard to simulate that tempo. And they do a really good job of scripting their first couple plays. They throw you off guard a little bit. And so they got the ball to Swartz a couple times, and that kid is probably the fastest kid in college football. Probably should get the ball to him more, Gus Malzahn. But glad that you did figure that out during the game. But anyways, first drive of the game, Tennessee was on their heels a little bit, missed a couple tackles. And Auburn goes down and they score 7 points. Boom. It is 7-0. If you want to get this crowd into the game, that's a good way to do it. And Auburn's crowd was into it as much as you could possibly imagine, being 11 o'clock kickoff there, local time. But Tennessee, from the get-go, had to face adversity and had to bounce back. And they come back down with a great drive. First play of the game, they rip off a huge run. They put together some really good plays, convert on third down. And then, boom, Brent Simaglia nails a 42-yard field goal. So you put up some points there. It is 7-3. And this is where it gets interesting because Auburn goes right back down the field, and they drive it with the chance to score again. And Bryce Thompson makes a really good play on the football, forcing a field goal. But I thought the referees missed a false start early. I thought they missed a touchdown call late in the game. They were a little inconsistent, but did not make any calls that basically cost Tennessee the win, but didn't think they had their best showing. Let's go back to the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's bring in Steve, who is calling from Georgia. Steve, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Swain.
Good morning.
Hey, man, listen, I could say all the obvious things about how, man, it feels good to be a Vol and man, all these Auburn fans, with their sad faces. It just makes me happy. I love it. I love it, Swain. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I don't think players, coaches, I don't think you're going to find somebody who had more fun and enjoyed that game and worked his butt off and played as hard as Juwan Jennings. He's becoming one of my favorite Vols of all time, man. That guy goes out there and pours his heart out. You see the way he talks to his teammates. You see the way he's always pumping people up. And how fitting was it that he got that final onside kick, man. I love that kid, man. I love him. He's a dog. I think he's the leader of that team, in my opinion. And, Swain, I am so glad that after the game, he went up to Philip Fulmer and hugged that man, and Philip Fulmer was so happy for him, too. So just great things happening for Juwan Jennings and this team. And I'd love to get your opinion. I know you love JJ, too, but, I mean, how great was that, Swain?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Fulmer and other coaches in college football, they get criticized because they give guys who get in trouble a second chance. And they usually say, well, the only reason he got a second chance is because he's good. Well, there is some truth to that, too. But you have to understand these young men, they're immature, and they're put in a situation where they are on a pedestal. They feel like sometimes they're invincible, and they don't all the time know how to deal with their emotions and deal with disappointment. And so they act out in certain different ways. Some guys drink alcohol or smoke weed, get themselves in trouble there. Some guys don't go to class, or it affects them on the football field. Well, Juwan allowed for whatever to bother him affect him to the point where it got him dismissed. And it wasn't always a done deal that he was going to be back on this team. There was a lot of going back and forth. And Coach Fulmer allowed Pruitt to make that decision and bring him back with a lot of stipulations attached. And Juwan passed every hurdle, did everything he was supposed to do. And Juwan has leadership qualities, and he's using those for good. It's kind of like a superhero. The difference between a superhero and a villain is one uses his power for good, the other one uses his power for bad. And Juwan was a superhero on Saturday. He set the tone with the crackback block. And when I think about a crackback block in the middle of the game or at the beginning of the game, I think about that bully on the first day of class, the first day of school, that meets you at your locker, and he takes your lunch money on the first day. So every time you go to your locker for the rest of the year, you're looking for that bully. And that's what Juwan Jennings did to that Auburn linebacker early in that football game, is that he took that Auburn's linebacker's lunch money early. So every time there was a running play, every time that it wasn't a straight-out pass, that linebacker was looking for number 15. And I thought that impacted not only that linebacker from Auburn, but Tennessee's offense, their toughness. Jawan got him juiced up a little bit, got him going because he thrives off plays like that. Big game by Jawan Jennings, but a lot of guys stood out. And we're going to talk about all of the players who made a huge contribution in Tennessee's big-time win, 30-24. Live at Beatty Chevrolet, Parkside Drive. Be right back.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Backed by popular demand, shop tax-free at Better Mattress during the month of October. Save hundreds of dollars store-wide. Better Mattress will pay your sales tax on any purchase. My Better Mattress has me sleeping better than ever, and it's handcrafted in East Tennessee, so I know it is made to last by good people who care about the quality of their work. Better Mattress makes it so easy to choose a mattress, you can get started right now. Visit bedrmattress.com and click on Mattress Prescription. Answer a few questions and they'll send you some options to start with. Plus, at Better Mattress, shoppers sleep worry-free. If you don't like it after 100 nights, they'll swap it out for you. And your Better Mattress will come with a 20-year warranty. Shop Better Mattress tax-free this month only. Good night just got better. Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
Do you want a custom-themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain event.
And you know this, man.
Let's show him how we can sing. Yeah, we don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. The whole state of Alabama. The whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. We're from Tennessee.
What a beautiful song right there. Beautiful, beautiful song. And I don't know why Bama fans are so triggered. I mean, you've won all these national championships. You haven't even paid much attention to Tennessee fans. Not much trash talk. You felt sorry for us for a lot of the years. And now, all of a sudden, you're bothered. You're triggered. Come on now. Really? Really? You're bothered by that? That Coach Fulmer led the troops in the locker room, the best song ever? And that is I Don't Give a Damn song. That's the best song ever. And Bama fans are a little bit triggered about that. That's weird, but
people were commenting that that Jeremy Pruitt looked a little bit weird when that chant was happening. But the thing is this: if he's going to keep beating teams from the state of Alabama, I mean, you're going to have to get used to that. It just it is what it is around these parts.
In that moment, you don't think about that. You ask Joey Kent, you ask Wes Brown, Rashad Moore, you ask guys who are from Alabama, Aaron Sears and Jason Allen. You don't think about that. You just won a football game. You're happy, and yeah, you don't give a damn about that whole state in that moment. But yeah, of course, you are proud of where you came from and how you were raised and all those good things. But in that moment, absolutely not. You don't give a damn about the state or the team you just played. That's the point of it. Really, really, really great scene there. And I was hoping to hear that. I was hoping for that chant to come back. Glad that Coach Fulmer was in the locker room to lead that. And moving on, he doesn't need to lead it. This is what we do when we win games around here. We sing together, and we tell you how much we don't give a damn about the other team. Let's go back to the phones. The Beat Dry Waterproofing Hotline. We're live at Beatty Chevrolet, BettyChevrolet.com. Excuse me. Let's get to Justin, who is calling from Alabama. Justin, good morning.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Wonderful, man.
I am so happy. We won. I'm wearing my Tennessee gear. I look like Hollywood, but just in Tennessee version. I might get in trouble today at work, so might as well go out with a bang, don't y'all think?
Hey, man. Do you just be careful? Just be careful. It's still Alabama week though, but be careful. If you have an Auburn boss, do what you got to do.
He said Bama, so he'll get over it. I get one day, so the rest of the week I'm gonna be quiet. Since I'm gonna get this one day to shut all these other Auburn fans up.
Enjoy it.
Don't give a damn about Alabama. Ooh. You'll have a very good day.
Thank you, man. Thanks for the phone call, Justin. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to Nathan. Nathan, good morning.
Hey, morning, fellas.
Hey, Nathan.
Man, that was so much fun. Unfortunately, I think a lot of us have battered ball syndrome, and when we get down to the end of a game like that, we waiting for the shoe to drop, you know. So it was fun to stop sweating and the game to be over and be able to feel really good about Tennessee football. Man, it felt great. A couple of things. You know, Tyson Helton's been given a lot of grief by a lot of the fan base and some media about the offense. And I can just tell you this. Whether it's his own doing or, I mean, you got to give credit where credit's due. Guarantano has had a tremendous amount of improvement this year.
Yes.
Without a doubt, I think he's maybe one of the most improved, if not the most improved quarterback in the Southeastern Conference. When you look and then you look in the opposite direction in Auburn and you see a guy that came back to try to do something special regressing. So I think you really got to give Tyson Helton some credit there. Now, I know that, Jeremy Pruitt said a few times that he was more involved with the offense, and evidently he felt like he needed to be. But this is a question for you because you obviously have more insight into the program and closer to it, finger more on the pulse, and maybe off base here. But I know Coach Fulmer was helping out with the offensive line in some capacity. I wonder if he's had any involvement or if they've asked his opinion on the two tight end set and getting him some more protection and some things changed up on the offensive side. That's the first thing. And number two, I feel like our open field tackling is getting better. Still missed a couple key tackles like the kid that's so fast. We had a chance to tackle him, got our arms on him, and then he bounced off and ran for 6. But if you'll discuss, that, Tyson Helton, how much JG has improved, Coach Fulmer's potential insight or not into the offense, or if they've reached out to him, or if and then the tackling situation, because I think that's been a big issue for us for a long time. Thanks, Swain. Have a great week.
Hey, thank you, Nathan. I think Jared Garantano is the most improved quarterback in the league, one of the most improved quarterbacks in the country. And last year, we understand what was going on and how hard it is to even perform under those conditions. But Jared did show me something last year that I knew that you can build on. Number one, that was toughness. Number two, it was poise and moxie, and he showed that last year against South Carolina. And sometimes it's hard to see good things in a loss, but I saw that in Jared last year. And he took a beating last year. That is something that will motivate your teammates, that will inspire your teammates, and possibly be the reason why a team follows you into a dark alley or to the fire. And they did that on Saturday. You can say whatever you want to say about Tyson Helton offensively, calling plays. He's been up and down. I thought Saturday was a whole lot better, and we'll talk about why. But his development of JG is undeniable. Looks really, really good. You can tell why Sam Darnold has been so prepared as a rookie entering the league and starting for the New York Jets. Coach Fulmer, like in everything that he does, always takes notes. When he was coaching in Tennessee, I always used to watch him have a stack of note cards in his back pocket, and he would have a permanent marker Sharpie, and he would write notes all the time. That's one reason why I carry a little notepad with me, and I write notes because I learned that from Coach Fulmer. And Coach Fulmer did that. He would write notes from what he's seen in practice. He would give it to the guys, give it to the coaches, and he wouldn't overstep his boundary. Because that was one thing I was worried about, was that Coach Fulmer was going to try to coach again, and he's not been a problem at all. He's been very helpful to the offensive line. And when you're losing, I'm pretty sure it can be uncomfortable, like any and everything. But I thought those guys put together a really good game plan in the bye week. And, yes, there was some double tight end sets, but there were also some running backs lined up in the wing formation. And what's the wing? When is simply a guy lined up a yard behind and a yard beside the end man on the line of scrimmage. And we saw that wing formation with two receivers on the outside. We saw that early in the game. And Tennessee was setting it up, seeing who was going to guard Ty Chandler, who was going to guard the wingman, so that way when it was time to run a seam route, it would be open. And I thought Tyson Helton did a really good job of setting plays up early in the game to be able to go back to and hit big plays later in the game. Him running on first down over and over and over and over, I thought that was something that it did get repetitive. It was very frustrating not seeing much production, but I think he was setting that up for the Josh Palmer deep pass late in the game that really sealed the deal for Tennessee.
But in that scenario, the main question that I have about that strategy, because I got that too when he when he had JG launch that pass. Obviously, you kind of saw, he was sort of lulling them into thinking he was going to run on every first down, and then you hit him deep.
Mm-hmm.
But really, is the trade-off worth it? Because you wasted, I'd have to go back and look and actually count every single first down that ended with, either a negative play or 1 or 2 yard gain. I would say he maybe wasted 7, 8, 9 downs with ineffective first down runs just for that one play. Is that really worth it?
Yes. Jared was perfect from over 8 yards on third down. He was 11 for 14 on third downs. If you want to nitpick that first down run, if you want to nitpick first down runs, this ain't the day to do it. This ain't the game to do it from.
Honestly,
this ain't the game.
That was about the only serious criticism that I have from that game.
This ain't the game.
There wasn't much else that I could say, but that's really just a question about that strategy in general. If it's not working on that first down run, is it actually worth it in the end? Even if you make the, obviously they made the play.
Last time I checked, Tennessee won. Jared was recognized.
But what about the day when that pass doesn't connect? Then is it worth it?
You still have to run the football. You can't. This is not college football on EA Sports or Madden where they stopped you on a run, so let's throw it 70 times. You still have to run the football. You still have to make those Auburn safeties or Auburn linebackers step up and try to defend the run. Just because you're not successful doesn't mean you totally abandon it. You had opportunities to throw in lanes because Auburn thought you were going to run the football. The play action worked because you stayed faithful to the run. Even though you weren't successful, you have to continue to try to run the football. And they were successful in some plays. There with Tim Jordan hitting the edge, Ty Chandler with the trap in the beginning of the game. They were successful at some points during the game. The average says you were not successful at all, only rushing the ball for 2 yards a carry, but you can't abandon it. This is not video games. You can't throw it 70 times. You can't do it, not in this conference. So you have to stay faithful to it, but Jared got it done. 8 for 8 on third down passes, past 8 yards, had a screen, a ton of screens to Juwan Jennings, something that I talked about us needing to do, getting the ball to the outside to our wide receivers. We did that, but Jared was lights out. And I thought Tyson Helton did a really good job of the game plan this week, a whole lot better than weeks before. We got Larry in Kingsport after the break, so hold on, don't go anywhere. Swain Events live from Beatty Chevrolet Parkside Drive, BeattyChevrolet.com.
For a replay of this day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
Beatty Chevrolet is celebrating 85 years of low prices, and during Truck Month, choose from over 400 trucks and SUVs, all deeply discounted, like a new Silverado, now 25% off, a new Equinox, now 20% off, and a certified pre-owned 15 Equinox or Terrain, now $16,995. Plus, buy with confidence with the Beatty warranty for life.
Big selection and even bigger savings. That's why it's better at Beatty Chevrolet.
Stock number 232, savings off MSRP, including all dealer savings and manufacturer incentives with approved credit, must finance through GMF. Offer expires 8/31/18.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event. Around the SEC, powered by 42nd Street Marketing, your game-winning play call for design, marketing, and branding.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America, 865-200-5503. Let's get to the phones, and then we'll come back to around the SEC and toss it to Ben. But first, let's get to Larry, who's calling from Kingsport. Larry, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Man, wonderful, man. Good to hear from you.
Good to hear from y'all. Hey, man, I have just a couple things I want to say. First of all, Drew Richmond, this is the first time since he's been at Tennessee that I am proud to say he's a volunteer because, man, he played a good game.
Hey, man, he did a really good job. He came out earlier in the week, last week, and said some things that really the fans kind of wanted to see him go out there in the football field and do it rather than talk about it. And he did that. He went on the football field and helped protect Jared and helped deliver some of those big time passes to our wide receivers.
Yep. Second of all, the Vol crowd was as loud as the Auburn crowd on TV. I didn't get to go to the game, unfortunately, but man, they sounded great.
Ben?
Third thing
Ben was there.
When Juwan Jennings. Oh, really?
Yeah, Ben was there. Ben? Is Larry right there saying that the crowd was as loud as Auburn's crowd?
Larry is absolutely right. That Auburn crowd was absolutely dead. There's this, I don't know, the stigma around Jordan Hare is that place gets really loud for 87,000 people. I was not impressed by the home crowd on Saturday, and that is because they're absolutely livid with Gus Malzahn right now.
That's funny. Third thing is, Juwan Jennings caught that touchdown pass. You know, the first person that ran over there was Callaway, and he ran up to Juwan Jennings and said, "Hey, man, why didn't you high point that ball?"
Hey, that's the standard. That's the standard of wide receiver. Of what Coach Johnson's trying to bring back. Doesn't matter if you are successful or not. There's a way of doing it, and so that's what you want. If you're David Johnson, you want your players to start to coach the other players, and that's when you know that you have a standard inside that room. That's encouraging.
And I'm feeling great about the rest of this season, and I'm looking forward to next year too, dude. These guys they're coming around. They bought in finally.
They have, man, and yes, Tennessee plays Alabama this week, and we know that's going to be a tough test, a tough out. But you look at the rest of the schedule, and with the way this team has played the last two games and the way they executed in the last game against Auburn, there's a chance for this team to go to a bowl game. There's a chance for this team.
I see us there.
Absolutely. It's a chance for this team to win 7 games. It's out there. You can win 7 in regular season games, or you can win 7 in counting the bowl game. That is a whole lot different than what we expected after coming off that West Virginia and Florida loss. So it just tells you that any given Saturday, you can go out there and win, or you can go out there and get your butt beat. But you continue to get better each and every day. You work on your mistakes. You go to practice. You continue to develop, and you never know what might happen later in the season. Tennessee is a living example of that.
Yep, and our defense actually laid some hits this week, man, and I was so happy to see that.
They did. Need to work on some open field tackling, just like I think every team in America, but we did a really good job jumping on that football when it was a fumble. Against Georgia, you had 4 fumbles, did not recover any of them. Against Auburn, 3 fumbles, and the one you recovered, it was for a touchdown. And also defensively, there's been so many balls that have hit us in the chest, in the hands, and our defensive backs have dropped interceptions. Well, that was not the case on Saturday either, coming up with 2 picks.
Yep, I think Schamberger helped out back there, to be honest. Man, he's a good player. He just needs to get on the practice field and show what he can do, because when he's on the field in the game, he's a gamer.
Yeah, he is a really aggressive player. He's one of the best DBs that we have, but Schamberger just needs to do it consistently off the field. And that is part of building culture. That's part of building the foundation, is that you expect the best and you expect people to do everything right on and off the field. And if they don't do it, you can't waver, because that will affect building that foundation. And Pruitt has not wavered. He didn't waver. He didn't take Schamberger to Georgia. And Schamberger made a decision to buy in 100%. It was good to see him out there against Auburn making plays and helping Tennessee win.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you guys, man. I enjoyed talking to you.
Hey, thank you, Larry. Let's go to Will, who's calling from Huntsville, Alabama, the greatest city in the state of Alabama. Will, good morning.
Morning. What a weekend, guys.
Absolutely.
So I've been in Huntsville for a little over 2 years now. And, being a Tennessee fan down here, you don't get many opportunities to talk trash. I'm an engineer, and I have to work nights occasionally. And so Saturday night, about an hour and a half after the game finished up, I had to go into work, and I worked with quite a few people. And, I walked into work, and I had my chest out. I had my nose up in the air. I had a bright orange T-shirt on. I had a Tennessee hat on. And, man, I was feeling good.
Good, man.
I was rubbing it in every Auburn fan's face every chance I could get, because I know this weekend I probably won't get that chance with all these Alabama fans down here. But, man, I enjoyed every bit of that on Saturday.
No, I did too. I know Ben enjoyed it because his in-laws are Auburn fans. I got friends who are big-time Auburn fans, and I enjoyed it. I didn't get a chance to beat Auburn and play them 3 times. And I'm just happy for our players, happy for our coaches and our fans who was there at the game. But a really great feeling, really great feeling. We needed this win. It makes this season interesting now because, again, this team can go bowling if they continue to play the way that they played against Auburn and they continue to buy in. But they must stay healthy, though. This Alabama game is very important. It is a rivalry game, but it's important because we got to stay healthy. You're not probably going to win that game, but if you can stay healthy enough, you have a chance to really beat every team that's remaining on the schedule, except for maybe Kentucky, if Kentucky has something to play for. But big-time win, Justin. Will, I'm glad that you had a really good chance to brag and strut around Huntsville, Alabama a little bit.
Hey, absolutely. I do have one question. So with Tyson Helton, I guess, being on the sideline this week, what exactly does that give to the offensive players? And you think we'll see that going forward? And with that being said, do you think that now we see the playbook open up a little more now that Helton sees Guarantano actually ball out for one? Well, I appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. I think Jared proved that he can handle more on his plate. He can handle third down and longs. He can handle, hey, let's go ahead and throw the ball and go for it rather than running a draw or a screen and just playing for field position. Jared has proven that he can take care of the football, that he's going to make really good decisions. And I think the first couple games allowed Tyson Helton to trust JG a little bit more. Tyson Helton being on the field seems like it was a very productive change up there, adjustment. I think it's very important for a quarterback to come off the field and be able to look into the eyes of his offensive coordinator and vice versa. It's hard to know how your quarterback is feeling, how confident he's feeling, if he has it, if he's on fire. I think it's hard to really gauge that if you are in the box. Another thing is you can see things on the field that sometimes you can't see when you're in the box. You get a feel for, Juwan Jennings, his energy, his passion. He's feeling it. And you say, okay, oh yeah, this guy has the juice. Let's go to him. I think you're able to tell that as offensive coordinator when you're on the field. But obviously that adjustment paid off. Let's see what happens moving forward. I don't see why you change it and put him back in the box. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We'll go around the SEC. We'll also highlight some positivity with Attaboy here on the Swain event, live from Beatty Chevrolet. Stay with us.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text box. It's part of the free Swain event app.
There is a 30% chance of showers today, mostly cloudy with a high of 77 and a low of 56. A 40% chance of rain tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 48. Wednesday looks to be mostly sunny with a high in the mid. On the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com.
Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health, and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give B-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words. Better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
1 in 8 American women will be diagnosed with breast cancer during their lifetime. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Premier Surgical Associates of Knoxville urges you to encourage the women in your life to get screened for breast cancer now. Early detection is key, and Premier Surgical is at the forefront of the latest diagnosis and treatment of breast cancer. Visit premiersurgical.com for more information about the surgical treatment of breast cancer. Premier Surgical, excellent.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
All right, we have Attaboy here. Highlights of positivity in the world. So let's do that right now. Attaboy is brought to you by Premier Surgical and premiersurgical.com.
1 in 8 American women will be diagnosed with breast cancer during their lifetime. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Premier Surgical Associates of Knoxville urges you to encourage the women in your life to get screened right now because early detection is key. Visit premiersurgical.com for more information. It's Premier Surgical, expertise you can trust. And I think for today, there's really only one place to go for the biggest attaboy if you're a Tennessee fan, and that is Jarrett Garantano. He had turned in the best performance of his career by far, a career-high passing, 2 touchdowns through the air, no interceptions, and he was named to the Pro Football Focus National Team of the Week. He was their QB for that kind of all-star team for this week. It was just so good to see that big performance finally come for JG. Hopefully this builds his confidence, really gets him going for the rest of the season, because if he plays like that week in and week out, like we were talking about in that last segment, this is probably a team that's going to go to a bowl game, and this is probably a team that's going to keep surprising folks down the stretch, and that's really exciting. So big attaboy for a big performance from JG.
I think Drew Richmond deserves an attaboy too. I think he played better. They were the offensive line. Offensive line did a better job in pass protection. Keeping Jarrett as upright as possible to allow him to make some deep throws down the football field. But yeah, JG gets the attaboy today because No other position is scrutinized like the quarterback position at the University of Tennessee. It takes for a quarterback to be away from a program 2-3 years, sometimes longer, to get the recognition they deserve. And that was the case for Casey Clausen. It took about a year for folks to realize that about Josh Dobbs. And Jared, I'm not really surprised by Jared's performance on Saturday, but I'm happy for him because he answered a lot of critics who wanted Killer Chris, who for some reason thought Jared blocked, ran routes, and caught the ball and called plays too. Jared only did what he was his job. And I thought early in the season he played some winning football, but they didn't win. And so it's easy to put all the blame on the quarterback. But Jared had help. Jared played well, took care of the football, made some accurate throws. He's been accurate all season long. But it just shows when everybody else does their job, and then you have some improved play calling, what can happen. So kudos to Jared, who has been professional as the quarterback at Tennessee. We don't hear much from him as far as talking to the media, but he did a great job. Great job. He gets the attaboy today. Ben, anything over there on your side?
No, sir. Can't go away from giving Jared Garantano an attaboy today.
Cool. All right, let's get to Concrete Vol, who's on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Concrete Vol, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good to talk to you. You ever have you got people in your life, you know, that in different types of situations, it could be, well, whatever, politics or sports or anything, where when they say something and it either validates you or refutes what you say, well, in a lot of ways, you were that guy to me when it comes to football. Mm-hmm. And so I was sitting in a local establishment watching the Auburn game, and I'm like, this is not an original thought. I'm like every Tennessee fan that watched us run the ball on first down in the second half. I think it was like 11 out of 12 times or something, or 10 out of 11, whatever. It was very – and everybody's like, oh, my God, why are we still running it off? Why are we running it between the tackles, you know? And then when they hit, was it Palmer or who did – anyway, they on a first down late in the fourth quarter, they throw that deep pass to 84.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at the guy next to me, and I was like, holy crap. That was all a setup. They set that play up.
Yeah.
And I didn't say crap, but I said something. I don't remember. But it just hit me. I was like, they've been setting that play up all half.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw you in the locker room yesterday, and when you made that point, and I was like, yes, I wasn't full of crap. That is.
Well, I thought that during the game, Concrete. I thought that during the game, Joe Mofagan, former Vol, had said something about us running on first down and potentially setting it up, and I just agreed with him. I quote tweeted it and said, yep, that's what I think is going on. And then when we had the deep pass to Josh Palmer, I was like, yep, I had the same reaction as you. Without that deep pass, then we would have had some valid reasons to criticize Helton, even in the win. But it was apparent that he was setting that play up, just like he set up the deep pass to Ty Chandler with the double wing set, something that they ran a couple of different times early in the game, and something new we haven't seen this season. And then they hit Chandler up the seam with that deep pass, and so you can tell that Tyson Helton was setting plays up.
But I think. I don't mean to necessarily denigrate every coordinator that's been here over the last decade, but because I mean, I think we've lost any kind of faith in anything being set up. It's like whenever when Butch had a statue when he first got here at quarterback, and we kept running the run pass option plays or a read option, and I'm like, well, he's got to be just setting it up where he's going to have him keep the ball. And no, he wasn't. It wasn't that at all. He was just going to just keep on handing it off, and nobody was going to respect it. So it's like you just kind of, you're right. Like if you had run the ball 12 out of 12 times, then that was an issue.
Yeah.
I'm glad anyway. I'm glad that isn't exactly rocket science, but I mean, there's times whenever coaches are like all the rest of us, they can be bullheaded where they're like, we're going to run the ball. And I think I told you, I've talked to a lot of people about it earlier in the season. I'm like, with the receivers we have, if we can block, we want to be a power run team, but we're playing like tight ends at fullback and stuff. Maybe we're not a run team. We're just not. We can throw the ball and these guys can make plays, but of course you got to be able to pass block. So
yeah.
It was nice to see Drew Richmond.
Yeah, it was good to see him make some plays and Concrete Vault. Thanks for the phone call. Again, you can't abandon one or the other. You have to continue to run the football because you want those Auburn linebackers and safeties to at least try to come to the party. It doesn't matter if you're successful or unsuccessful. The Auburn DBs, Auburn safety, and linebackers, they're still going to try to go stop the run. And when they do that, all you're doing is setting up the next play to pass the football. And so it made it easier to execute some of those slants, some of those formations where we are in three wides and we had triple slants on one side. I think we hit a couple of those during the game, 1 for a first down, maybe even more. But you can't abandon the run. You have to continue to try to run the football even when you're not successful. Let's get to Hitch. Hitch, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Fantastic, Hitch.
Well, I tell you, it was a lovely day in Paradise. I have to say that. You know, you were talking about run or pass. I don't care which ones they do either. And if you're running it, set up the pass, or if you're passing it, set up the run, whichever one is working for you. Somehow the coaches figured out what would work for us. Garantano's best day ever at the University of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I would say to you guys, I don't see it turning back. I don't see guys make that much of a jump in a game and they digress from then on based on, you know, keeping the same players we've got now through next year. So I see this be a big step in the University of Tennessee. We've had 10 years of crap, as y'all know, and I've said it many times. That's on our athletic directors. That's on our coaches. We've had 10 years of people that did not understand Tennessee football, guys. But as far as the game goes, that the fans felt relieved would be an okay word, but ecstatic would probably be a better word.
I agree 100%. You got to add in the leadership, the boosters, and the donors in there too. When you look at the last 10 years and the reason why we haven't been successful, too much changeover, too much infighting and trying to gain power, too much selfishness. And hopefully this is a reason for everyone to continue to work together and see that you do have a football coach. You do have a staff, and you may have yourself a quarterback. For the future, you may have yourself all three: an AD, a head coach, and a quarterback. And that was a heck of a performance from JG on the road at Auburn, one of the toughest places to play in college football. We have touchdown turnover coming up next, and then we have Mike in Atlanta. Then we'll go around the SEC right here on the Swain event.
If you love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the college, man. I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
I had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
Backed by popular demand, shop tax-free at Better Mattress during the month of October. Save hundreds of dollars store-wide. Better Mattress will pay your sales tax on any purchase. My Better Mattress has me sleeping better than ever, and it's handcrafted in East Tennessee, so I know it is made to last by good people who care about the quality of their work. Better Mattress makes it so easy to choose a mattress, you can get started right now. Visit bedrmattress.com and click on Mattress Prescription. Answer a few questions, and they'll send you some options to start with. Plus, at Better Mattress, shoppers sleep worry-free. If you don't like it after 100 nights, they'll swap it out for you, and your Better Mattress will come with a 20-year warranty. Shop Better Mattress tax-free this month only. Good night just got better.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Touchdown or turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown turnover backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. ATSCU.com. Alabama this week, Tua Tagovailoa may be a little hindered by his knee. Touchdown turnover. I know it's Monday, but let's throw out a guess that Jalen Hurts will start for Alabama this game. You look at Alabama's schedule, they play us, they have a bye week, and then they play LSU. I think LSU may be a tougher game for them than us, if you're just keeping it real here. Do you see Alabama resting Tua, playing Jalen Hurts, starting Jalen Hurts, and kind of seeing what happens, and maybe Tua as a emergency outlet if they need? Touchdown, a turnover. Jalen Hurts starts against Tennessee this weekend.
I'll say turnover, but honestly, it's just really hard to say because the extent of this injury is not super clear at the moment, and it probably won't be clear because Alabama ain't going to give that information out for free.
Nope.
And so yeah, I'll just say that Tua does start in this game. It's a Tennessee game, no matter how you slice it. For Alabama, it's a big game. It's in conference. They ultimately the score may end up looking like it's a throwaway game for Bama, but at the end of the day, I mean it's in conference. Big time broadcast television game, and so I think that they put their best guy out there. And of course, this is me assuming that this injury isn't too bad, and I guess we will see here in the future. But that's just my guess at the moment. But Ben, what do you think?
I think Jalen Hurts starts on Saturday, and Nick Saban and Alabama use this. I hate to put it like this, but uses the Tennessee game as another bye week for Tua individually, get him ready for the LSU game. He was banged up the week before Missouri. I guess, who was their last opponent? Arkansas. He kind of banged his knee in that Arkansas game, And then this past week against Missouri on Saturday, he didn't have the same zip or the same accuracy that he had showed to start the season. Now, granted, he still made a couple really nice plays, but he didn't put up those video game numbers where he was 20 of 22 or something like that. So I do think the knee was hampering him. And then he took a pretty good shot. He was down on the field for 2 to 3 minutes, and then they had him in the injury tent for 10, 15, 20 minutes. So it seems pretty serious to me, and as a result, I think you'll see Nick Saban try to get Tua 2 weeks before the LSU game, because right now that LSU game is setting up to be a better football game than what we thought it would be.
Nick Saban's in a really good spot. I mean, he had this quarterback controversy during the summer. You won championship last year when you benched Hurts there after the first half. Went with Tua. He brought you back. You win championship. There's been talk about Hurts transferring midseason. He missed that deadline after week 4, week 5, and here he is. I mean, if you are Nick Saban, having Tua hurt but not seriously hurt is probably the best of both worlds, because now you can play Jalen Hurts. He's happy, and then you bring back Tua when you actually may really need him, and he's healthy, and then you continue to win. So Nick Saban has been, I guess, blessed with a really good situation. If Tua knee is just a injury that just needs a little bit of rest. If it's serious, then no, this is bad. But a sprain or something minor, you rest him. He comes back against LSU, and you're back to doing what you were doing before, which was throwing touchdown passes. But I'll go touchdown. I think Nick Saban will take this moment and use this injury to get Hurts in there and play very well. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the opposite, but I'm going to step out there on the limb and say touchdown. All right, let's go back to the phones. Let's get to Mike in Atlanta. Mike, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing?
Hey, Mike. How you feeling, man?
Man, what a great football weekend. You know, on top of Tennessee winning, the only thing that could have made it any better was for Georgia to get their teeth kicked in.
Well, I mean,
and they did.
Yeah.
It was great. We had a great day of football. We had a bunch of people over. We watched the Tennessee game, and then we watched the Georgia game. So it was just an added bonus.
Yeah, great weekend, man. The only thing that could have made it better if the Bears would have closed out the game like they're supposed to. They should be undefeated right now, but they didn't close it out. Lost to Brock Osweiler, and then the Titans just got embarrassed by the Ravens. That could have been a better weekend, but hey, I'll take Tennessee winning every day of the week if it means that my Bears will lose.
The Falcons won.
Wow.
So it's good.
Nah.
Yeah, man, whatever.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good show.
Thanks, Mike. Let's go to Matt. Matt, good morning.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, I was just giving the call. After that game, I thought back to that press conference after Georgia.
Yep.
When, just Pruitt said, hey, we got the fight in us. We're not going to quit. And just him getting emotional gets me excited. And talking about how, Georgia tried to change the way we thought, change the way we played. And those boys showed so much fight on Saturday against Auburn on the road. Granted, it was a noon game and students weren't there, like they would have been. But, hey, those boys came prepared. They had the right mindset. I saw a hustle all day. I saw us throwing the ball down the field. I saw us running hard, defense getting after it. And bless Kongbo, man. He finally had himself a heck of a game, and then he has to go down. So that's a real tough loss there for him. And I think he was finally turning that page. But, like Turkey Man says, we saw the tunnel. And I think I saw the Instagram post from the team, and the boys celebrating in the locker room, singing Rocky Top. And I think this is what this team needed. They finally got a taste of what that winning feeling feels like. And I think they just suffered for so long. And now that they got a glimpse and they got that taste of that win, they're going to want more of it. And I hope they go out and get after it. And then I'll be in Rocky Top this Saturday cheering on those Vols. And I'll tell you what, I don't know right now, but if Jalen Hurts starting, Vols by 50. Let's go.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for the phone call. I'll say the same thing again as I said when Tennessee was frantically looking for a head coach and fans wanted the name. I said all they needed was a good football coach that was a good person and that the players were going to respect and play for, and that Tennessee had the resources, that Tennessee had the fan base, that everything was in place if you just had a coach that could match those two things. And that's Jeremy Pruitt, a good football coach, and the players play for him. And maybe it was that Georgia game that started it. Maybe it was that post-game press conference that really started it. I don't know. But we saw a different team out there on Saturday than we saw against Florida, than we saw against West Virginia. Coaching matters. Having your coach care about you matters. And trust matters, and we saw that on Saturday. Definitely saw that. Let's go to Josh. Josh, good morning.
Jason, good morning, man.
Hey, Josh. Good morning.
Well, I wanted to go back to Saturday real quick. Jason, can you confirm that Ben rolled Toomer corner?
He did not roll Toomer's corner. There was a security person on watch there. Also, it's not allowed for people to roll Toomer's corner unless Auburn wins. And so we don't want Ben to get in trouble because I wasn't going to bail Ben out.
Man, I was looking forward to that. I didn't know if we had some feet on it or not. But,
yeah, we were communicating with Ben after the game. Charlie and myself, we have group texts, and we were like, "All right, Ben, let's get it." And Ben was like, "Well, it's going to take me some time to get back to the car, get the toilet paper, let some of the Auburn fans clear out." And Ben was there. He was ready to go. He had his toilet paper, and he was going to roll Toomer's corner. But when he got there, he saw the watchman, and then he saw the sign. And, we don't want Ben to get in trouble. Again, I don't know if I would have been able to bail Ben out. Probably would need some help there. But I'm pretty sure a lot of Vol fans would have pitched in.
Yeah, he's definitely better in the show than in a cell. So
Correct.
I'm okay with him not doing it.
Yeah, Ben is fragile, man. I don't know if he can make it in jail.
Well, a couple more things real quick. Also about Saturday, I hadn't heard anybody talk about it. But I was hearing on some shows that we had a 3+ turnover margin, but we only won by 6 or only won by 4, whatever we won by. We won. I don't care. The last touchdown that Auburn had, that looked like a pick to me. I mean, slow motion kind of makes things run real slow, and it looked like he may have had possession of the ball, but I don't ever think he held it. I think we did a good job at staying aggressive, tipping the ball up in the air, and come.
I agree.
Did you see that?
I did. I agree. At first, I was like, that's a touchdown. But then, as I went back and I watched it, I was like, wait a minute, he did not maintain possession. He was bobbling it, went behind his back, and then we knocked it out and picked it off. I thought, and this is where Jeremy Pruitt can improve. I thought Jeremy Pruitt should have challenged that one, and he should have challenged Jordan Murphy's catch.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I thought those were two opportunities for Jeremy Pruitt to challenge. He can challenge those now as a head coach. And so I thought he missed that opportunity. It's okay. Tennessee won, but I would have liked to seen us kind of challenge that play because I think one of those gets overturned.
For sure. Well, last thing, and I'll get out of y'all's hair. We're talking about the expectation of maybe getting a few more wins and going to a bowl game. I always kind of have the thought process that not only does that, bowl opportunity help get another win, but it helps get these young guys an extra month of practice. Can you kind of speak on maybe the developments that were made when you were playing, just what that extra month of practice means for the football program and maybe the recruiting aspect as well?
Yeah, recruiting aspect is awesome because the early signee guys, they get to join you, and they get a chance to kind of breathe in the air of college football and kind of see the culture and see what's expected of them. I remember when we had a early enrollee practice with us there at the Cotton Bowl, and that jump-started him for that upcoming spring. So it's very, very important, and it's a good time for the young guys to get developmental work. Yes, you're going to put your prep in. You're going to put in game plan for the starters, guys who you think could go out there and help you win the bowl game. But it's a really great time for the guys who are redshirting, for the third-string guys to get some development and kind of jumpstart their spring as well. All right, Ben, we did not do around the SEC when we were scheduled, So let's do that. Oh, let's first get to Volstorm, then we'll go back and do it before we take this first break of the second hour. Volstorm, good morning.
Hey, it's good to be alive and living in Tennessee, boys.
Good morning, Volstorm.
You know, I'm a little disappointed in young Ben. There had to be some way to be able to at least get one roll of toilet paper up in one of those trees.
Well, and the thing is, like, the trees are, they're not strong anymore.
They're scrawny looking, yeah.
They're weak looking. Like, they
Really?
look like the trees that are on UT's campus in the new construction area. Like they just got planted.
Now, this is a good point from Robbie Underwood here. He just said on Twitter, at a minimum, you should have gone to an administrative building or something and just rolled a bush out front or maybe a tree out front of a different building. Get away from that security guard, and you still could have stuck it to Auburn, but just not.
I thought about doing that.
Just like Tennessee, you had to be able to play against the referee.
That's true. I thought about doing that, but I mean, I didn't think it was going to be as efficient, so I decided against it. I was more focused on finding food.
I feel you.
You know, I love getting a win. I mean, this is something that this city, this fan base has been hungry for a long time. But I have to say, that had to be some of the worst officiating I've ever seen.
It was bad, man. They missed a false start.
Between the touchdown, you had a couple catches by UT, and then there was one play in particular that sticks out in my mind. Auburn's on offense, the tackle clearly jumped back before the ball is even snapped, and they're just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that touchdown run there in the first half, I mean, offensive lineman clearly moved, and they missed that call. They didn't have their best day.
No. But it's nice to be able to call in, celebrate a win, especially against an SEC West opponent on the road. You know, we'll go in there this weekend and do whatever it is we got to do, make sure to stay healthy and get ready for the end of the season run, boys.
I like it, Volstorm. Thanks, man. Thanks for the phone call. Got to keep JG healthy. Cannot allow JG to get hurt in this game. You may be behind. You may be trying to chase some points. You may have to throw the ball. That is a perfect opportunity for Alabama to pin their ears back, come after the quarterback. We'll need another great performance from Trey Smith and Drew Richmond in pass protection, because one thing you cannot afford is JG to get hurt, because now you're ruining your chances to win post-Alabama game. So got to come out of that game healthy. All right, Ben, let's go around the SEC. Where are we going today?
Well, on Mondays, we go all around the SEC and talk about all the games that happened over the weekend. You had number 14 Florida squeaking by Vanderbilt 37-27, and Derek Mason about to whoop Dan Mullen's you-know-what. I was really hoping that Dan Mullen was going to quit playing the pull-me-back card and actually go confront Derek Mason, because I promise you Dan Mullen does not want any of Derek Mason. You also had LSU blowing out Georgia 36-16, which was a beautiful, beautiful sight. Texas A&M goes on the road and beats South Carolina 26-23. You had Alabama blowing out Derek Dooley's Missouri offense 39-10. And then you had Ole Miss coming back and beating Arkansas 37-33.
Yeah, I got a chance to watch a little bit of that Arkansas game, and God, that stinks for them, man. Those kids had that win right there, but they didn't pick up that crucial third down. Had a drop pass by a wide receiver, and it allowed Ole Miss to get the ball back, and they went down and scored. And Arkansas was unable to recover. You got to learn how to win, and Arkansas missed a prime opportunity. But I feel like LSU would beat Georgia. I think LSU is a good football team. I think people really overreact sometimes, and they did that when LSU lost to Florida. It was a game. It's any given Saturday. LSU didn't play their best game. Receivers dropped the ball, had some turnovers from Joe Burrow, but they came back, they fixed those, and they beat Georgia. Just haven't been that impressed with Georgia. You know, they beat us by 26 points, but they were out of sync in a huge way on offense, and that came back to bite them in the butt. against a team with more talent they lost. So Around the SEC is brought to you by 42nd Street Design. 42sd.com is the website. Call Mike at 865-382-7007. 42nd Street is the only company I trust my branding with. You can go to their website and fill out their website form if you want a custom design website. If you need logo design, print design, and branding or custom website, you can do that with 42nd Street Design. No cookie cutter template website designs there. They do it the right way, and they did the Swain event the right way. It is fantastic. So happy, so impressed and pleased with my website. So huge thank you to 42nd Street Design. Again, that is 42sd.com. We will take a break, and we will get ready for Neil and Mafia, who is waiting patiently on line one. So stay with us. Neil and Mafia is coming up next.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken. Not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, Mike Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There's always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can. Because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardys, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, I mean, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way. It's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage. It's not available in all states.
If you aren't following the Swain event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
All right, it's time. It's time for one of the best callers in Swain event history, and that is Neil and Mafia. Neil and Mafia, good morning.
Good morning, Jason. Morning, Benjamin. Is Charlie there today?
Charlie is here.
Oh, I am here.
He's not on vacation.
Oh, the gang is all there. I'm watching the game Saturday, and I've got I got like fudge rounds, and I've got brownies, and I got Nutty Buddies, and I got like a 2-liter Coke. And I start watching the game, and I'm getting excited. Garantano, he's throwing, he's dishing dimes, and then I found out that Swain. Do you know what they do with trees down in Auburn? They put teepee on them. And I ate more candy, and then all of a sudden, I was the great Cornholio, and I needed teepee for the trees, and I went down, and I was like, "Doesn't matter, God, you will teepee Philip Fulmer's bunghole," and Philip's gonna go, and he's gonna have to teepee his bunghole, and Garantano was like, "Are you threatening me? I will call Batuli on you." And Charlie Burris, he will teepee Beverly Davenport's bunghole. And we will have all the teepee for all the bungholes. And Ben McGee, he's going to teepee. He's going to teepee West Rucker's bunghole. And it's going to roll. And I got excited, and then I was like, Batulio, I would hate for Batulio's bungholio to get polio. And then I started calming down. And then we won, and the candy rush fell off of me, and I was back to being the Mafia. And it was great. We had won, and we had slayed the demon, and I just...
Standing ovation.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
The commitment to the Cornholio character there was excellent, and I want you to know that your impression was spot on, and I am in awe.
Beavis,
Charlie,
man.
You are too kind, man. You guys are the greatest. I did have one little serious question. What are we looking at with the Kongbo being out? Are we looking more toward a platoon type situation with Johnson, or what really are we looking at there?
I mean, it's next man up. That's just the way it works. And, golly, I feel so bad for Combo because he was turning the corner. You know, he was buying in.
He was.
And then, boom, he tears his ACL. And that was a injury that when you saw that hit, you knew it was serious. I mean, hit him right on the knee. I thought it was a legal hit, but you just hate that because now he is done at the University of Tennessee. But DeAndre Johnson came in, got a sack there on 4th down against Jarrett Stidham. So, it's another opportunity for other guys to step up and kind of fill that hole. You hate that for Combo, but it is next man up.
Yep. Guys, man, I was just so emotional, man. It was so great to see us, not get it stripped away from us this time. Never give up, keep fighting, and man, I'm kind of beside myself this morning. And wanted to call in. Talk to you guys. So y'all have a good morning.
Hey, thank you, Neil Mafia. You can't beat Beavis and Butthead before 9 a.m. on a Monday. He nailed Beavis.
Seriously. I mean, that was really, really good because that, if you try to do an impression, one of the great characters in all of cartoons, you could go off the rails there, and he really, really nailed it.
So Neil Mafia is disappointed being that you didn't TP somebody's butthole down there at Auburn.
Are we allowed to say that on the radio?
Butthole? I don't know.
Hey, whatever.
It's very disappointing you, Ben. It's okay, man.
I will not be going close to West Rucker in that situation ever. Ever.
Is it going to be – well, I guess Wes doesn't wake up before like 10 o'clock every day. I was going to say if he heard that, is it awkward today at the press conference between you and Wes today, Ben?
I don't know if Wes knows me, but I'd imagine it would be somewhat awkward if he did.
Wes knows you, man. He knows you.
Yeah, he knows you.
865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Let's take a look at the text box this morning. I know that it is buzzing with all type of people, very, very happy about this win over Auburn. This team was ranked in the top 25. This defense was a top 10 defense. And Tennessee at some times thrashed them. Now, at other times had too many negative plays, too many plays in the backfield, trying to run the football. But something that we talked about all season long starting in fall camp, one thing I noticed was how well we were high-pointing some of our deep throws, our deep passes. Josh Palmer and Callaway really had the best camp as far as making catches on DBs, making catches while being covered, high-pointing the football. Juwan wasn't healthy the entire fall camp. And I felt like this fall camp, I said it, that Tennessee's wide receivers had a chance to be one of the best groups in the SEC at 50-50 balls. And Saturday, that was on full display. Callaway had 2, Palmer had 1, and then Juwan Jennings had 1 for a touchdown. I don't know how you let Juwan Jennings get behind you, but he did. And he did a good job of fending off the DB, coming down with the catch. And Juwan played possess. Number 15, you know what you're going to get every single time. Started off with the crackback block, and then you had a couple first down conversions there from Juwan. Juwan was great, but I think if you had to give the game ball to one person, it would be number 2. It would be Jarrett Garantano, who was 8 for 8 on third down and 8+ for 168 yards and a touchdown. And then also he was 11 for 14 on third downs as a whole with 188 yards and 9 first down conversions. Man, he was, 11 out of 14, so 11 first down conversions. But he had a great game and answered a lot of critics. Very, very happy for him. The sky is only up, and Tennessee will host a ton of recruits this weekend to show them that how they can be used next year, how they still need their services. So huge win for Tennessee. Owen Papoe, the all-world linebacker from Grayson High School, teammate of Wanye Morris, who is currently committed to Auburn. What does that do for him? I'm hearing that he has a really great relationship with Jeremy Pruitt. Does that change anything? We'll see. Hour 2 continues here on the Swain event. Hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall. Get game day ready.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Gentlemen, when it comes to taking care of your health, sometimes the first step is the hardest. Low T Center is making it easier to take that first step. It all starts with knowing the numbers that are essential to a man. Testosterone levels, blood pressure, cholesterol, prostate, and thyroid. Low T Center makes it quick and easy to get all these levels checked and more. Low T Center specializes in men's health and has expanded their services, including sleep apnea, low thyroid, hypertension, severe allergies, high cholesterol, diabetes, and annual physicals, along with testosterone replacement therapy. The physicians at Low T Center not only want to help you feel good again, they want to help you prevent any serious health problems moving forward. Now, with the holistic approach to your overall health and wellness, Low T Center is making it more convenient for men to take care of their health, and most health insurance is accepted. They'll even verify for you. Take the first step for your health and call 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Reinventing men's healthcare.
Baby Chevrolet is celebrating 85 years of low prices. And during Truck Month, choose from over 400 trucks and SUVs, all deeply discounted. Like a new Silverado, now 25% off. A new Equinox, now 20% off. And a certified pre-owned 15 Equinox or Terrain, now $16,995. Plus, buy with confidence with the Beatty warranty for life.
Big selection and even bigger savings. That's why it's better at Beatty Chevrolet.
Stock number 232, savings off MSRP, include all dealer savings and manufacturer incentives with approved credit. Most finance through GM. Offer expires 8/31/18.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
You don't have to take an L just because you can't listen to the Swain event live. You can catch up on the podcast posted daily on the app, online, and on iTunes.
Things change really fast in the SEC. Really fast. A couple of months ago, Gus Malzahn beats Alabama. Arkansas is calling Gus Malzahn to come home. That's what Gus Malzahn won a ton of high school state championships there with that offense. And Auburn looked like they were ready to move on from Gus Malzahn. They beat Alabama. Beat them down. They signed Gus Malzahn to an extension before the SEC championship game. Georgia puts a hurting on Auburn. And then Auburn goes out there and allows Central Florida to be national champions, or think they are. And their lack of performance against the Knights, they lose that game. And then they come out this season and barely beat Washington. Now, Washington's a good football team. Chris Peterson's one of the best coaches in college football, but barely beat Washington. And then they lost to LSU, lost to Mississippi State, and then lose to Tennessee in a week where we heard a lot about infighting. We heard a lot about defensive players not being big fans of Jarrett Stidham. Cole Kubelik goes on a rant on the Feinbaum Show on Friday, calling out whoever is talking to the media inside that locker room. They had a players-only meeting by one of their defensive players. They come out, and they look good in the first drive. And they hit some adversity, and then, boom, things started to unravel. Jarrett Stidham couldn't take care of the football. Threw a pick to Bryce Thompson. Threw a pick to Jonathan Combo. One thing that I saw on Saturday, and Cole Kubelik tweeted it out, was that on one of those interceptions, on the trick play attempt by Auburn, Jamin Pruitt called a blitz as the ball was being snapped. And it looked like it was Balin Buchanan who went on the blitz, but he gets to Jarrett Stidham, and he throws an errant pass, and Jonathan Combo gets that pick. I think it was right after was it Combo's pick or Bryce Thompson's pick? It was one of those picks, but it was right after a missed field goal where Tennessee missed the opportunity to get some points, and Tennessee comes back, get the ball, and they go up and score. So
I believe that was Bryce Thompson.
Bryce Thompson's?
It was, yeah. Blocked field goal.
Mm-hmm. The things change so fast in the SEC. And Gus Malzahn signed that 7-year, $49 million contract. His buyout now is at $33 million. And look at where he is now. Times have changed so much in the last couple of months in the SEC. And then think about Tennessee's football team. A couple weeks ago, we were talking about Tennessee maybe not winning another game. Tennessee may not win another game if they play like they continue to play after that Florida game. But here we are. Great performance against Auburn. Going to be a tough test against Alabama. But the next couple games after that, you have a chance to win 7 or 8 games in the regular season if you continue to play like you've played against Auburn. So, again, funny how things change fast in the SEC.
If you just grab 2 of Kentucky, South Carolina, Missouri, Vanderbilt, it'd be a 7, right?
Yep.
Six win.
Yeah, it'd be six.
Yeah, 6-win season. You make a bowl game. You win 3 out of those 4. It's a 7-win season, and I mean I think at 7 you're exceeding everyone's expectations. I mean, I don't know that anyone came into the season saying this Tennessee team is definitely a 7-win squad. And so, yeah, it's all there for Tennessee. And honestly, right now, I want to give a couple shout-outs to a couple of listeners to the show who really called this. We had I lost it. I had it up. We had a listener last week that said he had a dream that Tennessee was going to beat. Here it is, Tyson Ellis. He said that he had a dream that Tennessee was going to beat Auburn, and I remember I mentioned it on the show. Lo and behold, it comes true. He writes into the Facebook here and he says, "My dream came true."
That's right.
And I got to give Tyson Ellis credit there. And then we also had another listener, Curtis, who tweeted me in August 7th. He tweeted me, and he said, "I think that Tennessee will upset Auburn." And I said, "Hey, let's hope that it happens." Yesterday he went back, found that tweet, and then he tweeted at me, and he said, "It happened."
That's right.
And I love that. I love the confidence. I love that this team is coming through for the fans. And it's just so much more fun talking about a win. Gosh, what a refreshing Monday it's been.
Ken on the text box says, "Agree with Charlie. I don't think it's worth sacrificing 7 to 9 first down plays to set up 1 first down throw in the fourth quarter. Could have been more successful early in the game, mixing up the plays early on. Understand staying faithful to the run, but that was overkill." And I don't think it was just a normal first down throw. That was an explosive play. Hey, and that's fair to question. That's fair. But I don't think today is the best day to sit here and make it seem like that Tyson Helton did a bad job of running the ball on first down when he did, in fact, set that play up to Josh Palmer. That sealed the deal. And he got the look that he wanted, and he took advantage of it. Great throw by Jarrett. Probably could have let it out a little bit further for him. He probably would have scored. But you got points on that possession. And if Jarrett did not go 8 for 8 and 11 for 14 on his third down passes, and they didn't have success on third down, then, yeah, we would be sitting here blasting Tyson Helton's first down runs over and over and over. His repetitive first down runs. But instead, we're talking about Jarrett delivering on third down. I think that's the difference. He was successful. And so because he was successful, I'm not going to sit here and rip Tyson Helton's first down runs as much as I would have if Jarrett was not successful throwing the football. Orange Elephant says, anyone agree that Auburn's last touchdown wasn't fully controlled? Should have been an interception. I agree, Orange Elephant. Tennessee Girl says, so happy we took a road trip to support our Vols. So proud of the Tennessee fans that showed up. From SEC Nation singing Rocky Top in the stadium. Auburn fans treated us with nothing but respect. Even congratulated us on the win. This girl is tired but happy. Bring on Bama. Cash Money Vol 98 says, question for Ben. Was the Auburn crowd like Tennessee's? Do they boo every time something doesn't go absolutely perfect?
They were not like Tennessee's crowd in the sense of bringing the energy, and I do think that is because of the early kick and fall break and their displeasure with Gus Malzahn at the moment. They did not boo every single time things did not go their way. They were booing more the coaching staff and Jarrett Stidham. There were a lot of boos for Jarrett Stidham. That was not fun to see just because you feel bad for him because he is a college kid. But I do think there is a large portion of those boos geared towards Gus Malzahn rather than not things going their way.
Yeah.
You could hear a big part of that on TV. When Auburn would just make these atrocious plays like they did, you could hear people just raining down the boos.
Well, Gus and Chip Lindsey had the same problem that Butch Jones and his offensive coordinator had in the sense of the first 10 to 15, 20 plays of the game would be near perfect, and they would look good on those first 10 to 15 plays. And then after that, they just did not know how to call plays or make adjustments or anything like that. So that's the big gripe with Auburn fans right now.
You look at Jalen McCleskey transferring from Oklahoma State because he's not being used properly, or he was not being used properly. You know, they were running him on some shallow crosses and didn't really allow him to run the full complement of routes there. And he decided he's going to transfer and go somewhere else. When you look at Auburn's receivers, they've had a couple transfer, but you look at Swartz, that fast dude from Auburn, number 5, they didn't use him properly. They don't use their wide receivers properly. And I don't ever understand why a top wide receiver would want to go to Auburn. Number one, they're not successful unless they have a running quarterback who can't throw. They got lucky with Cam Newton getting him. Cam Newton is a once-in-a-lifetime type of player. But Swartz was grossly underused, utilized. And Auburn had their chances. I think Gus Malzahn's system is what got them beat because they did not go outside the box. They did not go downfield with some of their passes, and they could have probably had more success in the passing game. All right, going back to the text box, Larry says Todd Chandler cannot be stopped when he gets in the secondary. Chris says, Swain, did you see Callaway on Got Moss this weekend? ESPN segment there on, I want to say it was Sunday Countdown. It's been a while since one of our guys have gotten recognition at that level. If you're unfamiliar, that's basically Randy Moss Plays of the Week, similar to his former playmaking ability. I'm sure that you are aware of this segment. That kind of recognition is good for our team and our players, absolutely. T-Love says 100 for what goes to the offensive line, the Tennessee Titans. Titans look terrible. Jonesboro Jeremy says, can I get an attaboy to the David Crockett Pioneers? 8-0, best record in school history. There it is. Joe Hall, 2248, says, is it me or does our defense look faster and more physical than we've seen in years? They seem to have bought in, and it looks awesome. Never felt like Auburn could move around comfortably without being hit or having 3 or 4 guys run the ball. Yeah, Alexis Johnson was outrageous on Saturday. There was a few times where Auburn forgot to block him, but there were some other times where he was just relentless in his pursuit of the quarterback. So he did a really good job. Kyle Phillips did a good job. Combo, Darrell Taylor, they really got after Jarrett Stidham, made his life real difficult. Chris says, I've heard that our team has top 15 talent. We play like a top 15 team Saturday. I know Auburn is having trouble right now, but that defensive front at Auburn was as good as there is. I felt like our O held their own. Our defense stopped Gus Malzahn's offense. Think about that for a minute. How bad have we been in the past against those offenses? I felt like Auburn's offenses problems were caused by Tennessee. The TV people seem to blame it on the poor play by Auburn. I mean, Stidham was shook the whole game. Our boys were all over him from the beginning. Yep. True words have never been spoken. For what is coming up next, and man, do I have a good one. I got to give it to a Tennessee native. We do that next on the Swain event, live from Beatty Chevrolet, Parkside Drive.
For what is coming up on the Swain event.
There is a 30% chance of showers today, mostly cloudy with a high of 77 and a low of 56. A 40% chance of rain tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 48. Wednesday looks to be mostly sunny with a high in the mids. On the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words. Better call Be Dry. Reach out to Be Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better Call B-Dry.
Do you want a custom themed tumbler or bottle to show off your team spirit every day of the week? Well, look no further than Game Time Sidekicks. Every design has you, the fan, in mind. Their tumblers and bottles are double-walled, vacuum-insulated stainless steel, and their quality is second to none in the market. From stainless steel sippy cups to tumblers and sports bottles, Game Time Sidekicks offers something for the fan of all ages to rep their team with. They have many different logo options, so fans will have something they are proud to carry around all the time. Use promo code SWAIN at checkout to get 20% off of your entire purchase at GameTimeSidekicks.com. They also offer $5 flat rate shipping. Be sure to check out the Game Time Workshop on the website and customize your tumbler to make it one of a kind with things like your nickname, number, or initials. Game Time Sidekicks. Show your colors and carry your team.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Dan Mullen posing awkwardly with recruits.
For what?
Gators working out wearing costumes.
For what?
Vanderbilt making a sorority-style video.
For what?
Aaron Murray and David Pollock opening their mouths.
For what?
All right, we have For What here on the Swain event where we highlight folks just being stupid out here. Questionable decision making. We highlight that in our segment For What here on the Swain event. I'm going to send Ben mine because there's a little video that needs to be played, and so we'll get that queued up for you to really highlight how big of a what I have today. But Ben, Charlie, what do y'all have today?
This one's a little ridiculous, but it's from the state of Tennessee, so I wanted to include it. Bristol, Tennessee, everybody. Here's your headline. Man run over by lawnmower while trying to kill son with chainsaw.
What?
A man who police say was run over by a lawnmower was trying to kill his son with a chainsaw, and he, as a result, had to have his leg amputated. So that's, that's not good, but it's not like this is a good person. He was trying to kill his son. The Bristol Herald-Courier, 76-year-old Douglas Ferguson couldn't be served until Tuesday because of the severity of his injuries, according to Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. Officers were called to the home where Ferguson was bleeding from his leg and head. The preliminary investigation indicated that he had tried to attack his son with a chainsaw while mowing the yard. Detectives said that the father and son had an ongoing feud. Ferguson had not only lost his leg, but has been charged with second-degree attempted murder and violating probation. So a really, really, really bad day for old Douglas Ferguson. Point being, don't feud with your son and attack him with a chainsaw, or you'll lose your leg and get charged with attempted murder. So just wanted to throw that one in there. A ridiculous story out of this beautiful state that we are in. But that's my For What for today.
Tell me if you have heard this 1,000 times growing up. Your parents used to tell me, now my uncle didn't bring me into this world, but he told me he would take me out. Mom and dad would tell their kids growing up, I brought you into this world, I can take you out. Well,
old Doug Ferguson took that a little too literally.
My man Doug was serious about that, and he wasn't just talking about it, he was being about it. Yep. Speaking of talking about it and being about it, if you ask me who is the biggest trash talker in the NFL, who would you say, Charlie?
The biggest trash talker at the moment is Jalen Ramsey.
It's Jalen Ramsey. He's the biggest trash talker. And when you are the biggest trash talker, it's great when you win. You talk your trash, it's cool, whatever. But when you lose, you got to be able to have that same energy. You got to be able to own it. And the Jaguars got embarrassed by the Dallas Cowboys. Gave up 40 points, and Jalen Ramsey got torched by not Julio Jones, not Antonio Brown, not DeAndre Hopkins, not A.J. Green, but Cole Beasley. Cole Beasley had 100 yards, a couple touchdowns. Cole Beasley lit up the Jaguars. Oh, the Dallas Cowboys, who they don't have a number one receiver. They have a bunch of dudes by committee. Jason Witten retired. They cut Dez Bryant. And the Cowboys throw up 40 points. Now, Jalen Ramsey, when he talks to the media, man, he's always talking some trash. And the Tennessee native, I love myself from Jalen Ramsey, by the way. I don't want people to think that I dislike him by putting him on for what.
I don't. I dislike him, and I think he's awful.
But I like him a lot. He's a stud. He's from Tennessee. But, Jalen, you got to have that same energy, man, when you lose. And Jalen Ramsey sounded like a front runner, sounded like a spoiled brat here. And here's the audio of Jalen Ramsey's post-game comments in the locker room after taking that L to the Cowboys.
How much of a shock is it that this defense comes out against their ass speed, considering the talent you guys have?
I don't know, man.
When you guys have played together a lot as a secondary, how do you kind of explain some of the blown assignments that you guys had early in this game?
That was fun.
Coach said that he felt like it wasn't an effort issue, it was a miscommunication issue. Would you agree with that?
I don't know.
Jalen, what challenge did Cole Beasley pose today?
Defense usually plays with a lot of swagger and confidence. What needs to happen to kind of get you guys mojo back?
I don't know.
You got what it takes in this room to kind of regroup and get back on track.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is this still the best defense in the NFL, Jalen? Is this still the best defense in the NFL?
We ain't playing like it.
There's a time in 2016 you thought the Cowboys would take you instead of Zeke. Did you have a chance to talk to Zeke today?
How big is this one coming up with Houston at home division game?
It's the next one.
Is your guys' pride wounded a little bit?
You personally, have you experienced a loss like this?
Oh, man.
Get about all that talk till he starts getting beat.
Come on, Jalen Ramsey. Don't be a sore loser there, man. Come on, Jalen Ramsey. Answer those questions, man. You do know. You got to have that same energy as you did when you're talking all that trash. Hour 3 coming up, live from Beatty Chevrolet.
If you love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the comments, man.
I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
Had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and LowTCenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Premier Surgical Associates is pleased to welcome Dr. Randy Reiser to its surgical practice. Dr. Reiser is board certified in general and vascular surgery and has treated patients in the Knox and Blount County areas for more than 20 years. Dr. Reiser is seeing patients at Premier Surgical's offices at Turkey Creek Medical Center, Paper Mill Drive, and in Maryville. For more information or to request an appointment with Dr. Reiser, please visit premiersurgical.com right now.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
Let's take a look at the text box this morning here on the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com right here on a beautiful Monday morning. 2 minutes past the top of the hour here. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's supposed to be like 80-something degrees, I think, today. Got a little chilly over the weekend, but we have a great week lined up. It's Bama week, coming off a big win against Auburn, with a chance to play very well for the remainder of the season and possibly go to a bowl game. With the way this fan base travel, you have to think that a bowl committee would want Tennessee in their bowl game because of how well we travel. So I don't expect Tennessee to get too bad of a bowl game if they get the 6 wins because, again, we travel, we bring the money to any city.
Saw a projection yesterday, might have been from SB Nation Sporting News, one of those guys, that predicted Tennessee in the Liberty Bowl, I want to say against Oklahoma State.
I'll take it.
So that would be fun. So you're in the state of Tennessee and
the Taylor McCleskey Bowl.
Yeah, playing a team.
Tennessee head coach.
Yes, that's true.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, but that'd be a fun game.
Sign me up for Memphis all day long.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to Memphis.
A game in Tennessee against a big brand team. Hopefully that comes down the pike. But we'll see.
Love it. All right, let's get to D.R. Vol, who's on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. D.R. Vol, good morning.
Hey, guys. I've got so much I could say after the win, but I'm just still kind of in shock. Well, I'm just – I don't know. Saturday's win, I'm not going to lie, I kind of got emotional because of everything we've been through over the few years, and I called in the night after the game and asked what was a bigger win. Butch Jones' first year when we beat South Carolina. I think they were ranked number 9. It was Clowney's last year for the program then and program now. To me, I would think it'd be the Auburn win because all the turmoil that's went on since that win.
I say the Auburn win because it was an away game. Number one. Number two is you're actually competing against Auburn for recruits, where South Carolina, you don't want to compete against South Carolina for recruits. I mean, you want to compete against the bigger programs. And Auburn has always been a program that has given us trouble with recruiting. If it's not, Cardell Williams, it is Gabe Wright or someone else. I mean, Tennessee has always struggled with those guys. And so I think Saturday's win was bigger for recruiting, and I think it was more impressive. Playing on the road, coming off a bye week with all the turmoil and all the drama that's taken place over the last couple of months, I think they had more to overcome, these players and coaches and this fan base. So I take the Auburn win over the South Carolina win.
I agree too, especially like you said with it being a road win, and also the upcoming Bama week. And not to get negative, but man, JG took some shots. That hit in the fourth quarter looked like it snapped his back. Kind of worries me against Bama because we got to have them the rest of the year to get to the bowl game.
I think that is a point that this coach staff is probably making themselves too. That's not being negative. That is something that I noticed. JG is tough, but there's only so much so many hits he can take, and we had to do a better job of protecting him. Man, to see your quarterback stand in the pocket and deliver the football and take a shot, that just gives you so much more respect for him. Remember last year where Dormady would see ghost and throw fadeaway throws, and it really affected his accuracy. To have a quarterback stand in the pocket, show toughness, and deliver the ball to wide receivers, man, that makes everyone around him feel good and be more confident in him as a quarterback leading the troops. But it is something that I thought about too, was he can't take those shots against Alabama. He cannot continue to take those shots or he won't make it this season. You know, you're going to have to chase points against Alabama, which means you're going to be throwing the ball more than probably last game. And that's just more opportunities for Alabama to get to the quarterback and hit him. So gotta protect Jared, gotta protect him because there's a lot to play for this season.
Yeah, I agree. And the last thing I'll leave on this, Tim Jordan, he has got to stop bouncing on that 3rd and 6. He had the first down. I about threw something through the TV. I don't get it. He wants to bounce and needs to play basketball.
Well, that's a perfect example, and we talked about this last week, of throwing it under the sticks to an athlete in space and expect him to go out and pick the first down up. And I don't know what he was doing, but all he had to do was just run right at the guy, put one foot in the ground, make him miss, go pick up the first down. You saw Ty Chandler do that on, I want to say it was a screen pass or a pass out of the backfield or a run or whatever, but it was like 2nd down and 19, and Ty Chandler makes one guy miss, gets north and south, and almost picks up the first down on that one run, whereas Tim Jordan is 6 yards, you're in space against one Auburn defender, and you're making all these moves. It's not high school. You can't do that. And he failed to pick up the first down. And people would have blamed Helton for that, and it's not on Helton. You got exactly what you wanted. You're running back in space against an Auburn defender. We should win that battle 10 times out of 10. Ty Chandler would have won that battle. And that was really disheartening. Now, Tim Jordan made some good runs to the outside. I thought the referees missed a Trey Smith holding, but, hey, it was a great run by Tim Jordan. But that is an example of when you throw it under the sticks and you expect your guy to go beat the defender, he didn't do that.
Yeah. And I'll end on a positive. Shout out to Drew Richmond, because it looks like he's taken some time off modeling and started being a football player after that game. So I appreciate it, guys.
Oh, yeah. I'm with you, DR Vol. Trust me. When I saw those modeling pictures, I was like, wait a minute. Since when does an offensive lineman model like a wide receiver like Preston Williams? This is not a good look right here. This is not a good look at all, man. This is something that you keep private. You take those photos and you hang them up in your room, or you send them to your mama, but you don't post those on social media. No, Drew, don't do that. Glad that he had a really good game. Happy for him. Let's get to J-Dub. J-Dub, good morning.
Morning, guys. How you guys doing?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Good, man. It's a great Monday. Just make coming to work a little bit easier, man.
Absolutely, man.
I got a question for you, man. I'm not going to be on here too long. Just how big was it that Helton was on the sideline to the players? I know you played, so no, I just want to get your perspective of it. Not just hang up and listen. And oh yeah, my Steelers, man, took care of business, beat the Bun Girls. So I just hang up and listen, man.
I think Tyson Helton on the sideline was a great adjustment, because you can look into the eyes of your players you can look into the eyes of number 15 and know that, okay, let's go to ball. Let's go to him. Let's get him the football. And it's hard to have a feel on the game sometimes when you're in the box. Maybe Jeremy Pruitt will talk about that today a little bit. I don't know. Hopefully he's asked that question. I know he wants to move on and think about Alabama. Maybe on a Monday he's asked those questions about Tyson Hill moving to the field. But I just think that's important because you're able to kind of get a temperature of your team that you can't get when you're in the box. Let's see here. Let's go back to the phones, and let's get to Rev. Rev, good morning.
Good morning, gents. How are we doing this morning?
Hey, Rev. Good morning, man. Great.
Hey, first thing I want to ask Ben a question here. How did it feel wearing orange in front of your fiance's family? Would you give them side-eye all weekend after that win?
I did not have to give them the side-eye, but I tell you, we stayed in Montgomery on Friday night, and I received a bunch of crap for showing up to a breakfast establishment in Tennessee Orange in Alabama in Auburn country. And then I was getting the side-eye all day long in Auburn. And then after the game was over, it never felt so good to wear my Tennessee Orange back through Montgomery, back through Birmingham, and in North Alabama yesterday in Huntsville. It felt so good.
Did you rub it in, Ben?
Oh, I rubbed it in. I was flaunting it. I had my pullover on. I had my hat on. I was looking at people, trying to make eye contact with them to make sure that they saw my Tennessee Orange. I was feeling myself yesterday.
But I want to talk about a player that's kind of being overshadowed due to the team's overall success, and he is, he's my attaboy for today, and that's Brent Samaglia.
Oh yeah.
How consistent has this young man been all season? He hasn't missed a field goal if he's able to kick it. The only one he's missed was the one that was blocked over the weekend, which wasn't his fault.
He's been money.
The reason I'm talking about him was because, nothing against Aaron Millie, great kid, big ball, whatnot, but he wasn't very consistent in the kicking game. Kind of made my heart stop every time he went to kick it from 30 plus. And the kicking game is very important to win football games. But I wanted to give that kid a shout out.
Yeah, I like it.
Man, it's a good day to be involved from all the crap we've been getting for the past year, from that big PR disaster and the dumpster fire that we actually brought to light, and the media tried to turn on the fan base there at the end of the last year. But go Vols, boys.
Thank you, Rev. I would rather be in our position than Auburn's position. I mean, Auburn just paid Gus Malzahn $7 million this year, 7-year, $49 million contract. They have infighting in the locker room. They may lose 6 games. Think about that. They still play Georgia. They still play Texas A&M, and they still play Alabama. And they play Ole Miss, a team that throws it very well.
Exactly. If Auburn's defense plays like it did against Tennessee, they will lose to Ole Miss.
At the beginning of the season, people were talking about Auburn possibly going to the college football playoff and being a real contender. They may not go to a bowl game. Woo! And they're stuck. They're stuck with Gus Malzahn. What you hope is that the next quarterback has a better relationship with the rest of the team, and you hope that the next quarterback can run, because that seems to be the only remedy for Gus Malzahn. The only way that he's really successful on offense is having a quarterback that can run first and throw it second. Tough on the Plains, man. Really tough. Hour 3 continues after this.
Feel like you again. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, Mike Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Backed by popular demand, shop tax-free at Better Mattress during the month of October. Save hundreds of dollars store-wide. Better Mattress will pay your sales tax on any purchase. My Better Mattress has me sleeping better than ever, and it's handcrafted in East Tennessee, so I know it is made to last by good people who care about the quality of their work. Better Mattress makes it so easy to choose a mattress, you can get started right now. Visit bedrmattress.com and click on Mattress Prescription. Answer a few questions, and they'll send you some options to start with. Plus, at Better Mattress, shoppers sleep worry-free. If you don't like it after 100 nights, they'll swap it out for you. And your Better Mattress will come with a 20-year warranty. Shop Better Mattress tax-free this month only. Good night just got better.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1-year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike, between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technician to see how we can get your phone working today.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys as part of the free Swain event app.
865-250-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Hour 3 is powered by Low T Center, lowtcenter.com. A new approach to men's wellness. The medical providers at Low T Center are reinventing men's healthcare by working to prevent, slow, or eliminate serious health issues. How, you ask? We address the underlying issues and the causes of the decline in your health to help you become the best version of yourself. Check out lowtcenter.com for their extended services, not just doing low testosterone, but a lot more to ensure that, man, you live your best life out here. 865-255-03. And I want to get back to the text box because a lot of people enjoying the text box, a lot of people participating, and we want to make sure we highlight every person as much as possible. T. Servant, he was not a big fan of Neil and Mafia's Beavis and Butthead play.
If you watched Beavis and Butthead, that's a great call. If you didn't, and you don't know the context, that was probably pretty weird.
Yeah. Two Money says, "Where's Buck Nasty? I joined late. Did I miss him?" Yeah, you didn't miss Buck Nasty. Buck Nasty, he called it, man. He called this win last week, And even I was a little, I won't say skeptical, but I didn't know if Tennessee would pull out the upset. I didn't know what Tennessee team to expect, the one from Florida or the one from Georgia. And we got the Georgia plus the execution, which is why they won. Rev, thanks for giving the kicker some love there. Larry, we did see Juwan Jennings blow up the linebackers. That was great. I thought that set the tone for the game there offensively. Got Juwan juiced up and pumped up. And anytime you got Juwan in that state, you have a good chance to make plays on the outside. VFL 16, Will Friend is a real deal. The O-line is still Sharman, extra soft in the running game, but they look like a new crew in pass pro. So proud of those guys, but still room for lots of improvement. Yes, I mean, you look at this offensive line, if they could just kind of hold the fort down a little bit. You look at next year, you got a chance to have Darnell Wright, Wanye Morris, move Trey Smith back inside. You have Brandon Kennedy for one more year, and then you have the other guard position that may be shored up by anybody. This offensive line can look a whole lot better next year if you get those freshmen playing like they're capable of playing. Offensive line, man, they did just enough to help Tennessee be successful, which was throwing the football. Matt 9150 says 2 questions. What will happen to TK if he can't play by the Kentucky game, and what needs to be fixed on both sides of the ball after the big win? Well, I mean, TK is still trying to get back, and I don't think TK will try to get an extra year to come back and play. I think he is pretty set after football. He understands how important it is to take care of business in the classroom. His father did a really good job of educating him and instilling that in him growing up, and TK is prepared. So he just needs to be healthy. He's dressed. He's tried to go out there and play some special teams. He's done that a few times, but for him to play safety, he has to continue to improve and get better and get stronger. He's just not there yet. I think the running game is something we can look at as needing to be fixed, no doubt about it. On offense, defensively, tackles in space, we got to do a better job of making those tackles. Those are 2 glaring issues that I saw.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I don't know if the running game can really be fixed until you get the dudes up front. There's just no space being created right now, and I don't want to blame everything on the offensive line. Obviously, we talked about earlier, caller mentioned it, like Tim Jordan has to either has to stop getting reps or he has to start changing the way that he runs the ball. He needs to be more north and south, more, head down, straightforward. But largely, I just don't know if the running game is really going to pick it up until that line gets refreshed. But on the defensive side of the ball, yeah, the tackling, it was just poor a lot in that game. And ultimately, I mean, the second half they really stepped it up. Obviously, Auburn only scored 7 points, and did they even really score that 7 points? We talked about that too, where it was kind of a catch, no catch, Jabbar Gaffney sort of thing. But yeah, you get those ironed out, and this team has the guys to make plays. They have playmakers, and you just gotta get these few problems still. Keep working on them, and yeah, I mean, I think this season can turn out all right.
Bond from Fayetteville says, how do you feel about the 2-back rotation? I was glad to see Chandler and Jordan get into a rhythm instead of forcing a 4-back rotation. Yeah, I like the rotation. I like the rotation so far. I like Tim Jordan to be a little bit better in space against defenders, but it was good to see Ty Chandler get the bulk of the reps, which he earned. And I think that started from the spring. Ty Chandler has been the best back since the spring, and I think because of how they did things at Alabama, they looked at his size and for some reason did not see what a lot of people saw in spring and in fall camp, and that is he is the best guy with the balls in his hands in space. He's good. And Now I think they realize that number 8 should get most of the touches from the running back room. And then from there, is it Mondre London or is it Tim Jordan who's having the best day running the football and reading holes? And then you go from there. But I like the rotation. It was good. Only thing I don't like was Tim Jordan on 3rd and 6 in space, dancing and cutting back and failing to pick up the first down. Well, all he had to do was just run forward, make one cut, put one foot in the ground, and get north and south.
I would still like to see. I'll add this in here. I would still like to see more passes in the middle of the field.
Why?
Just because it's just another layer that you can kind of add to that offense, and they just almost never do it. It's even when they go long, a lot of the times it's to the sidelines, those back shoulder throws. And I think Jarrett, you would be asking him to get out of his comfort zone because he definitely telegraphs his passes. Not all the time, but he likes to look down receivers. And I just think, push him a little bit more and throw it in the middle of the field, get him better at that, because I just think that it's a layer that could be really, really effective, and it's not being utilized right now because clearly you got the receivers that can make plays. Why not? And it's just another thing I would like to see.
I mean, we can go look at this game and look at where Tennessee did really well at and say, well, they should have did this better. Well, yeah. But the game plan was to attack those corners, who was I thought protected this season because of the front seven and their success getting to the quarterback. And I didn't think the corners from Auburn were that good enough to hold up against our receivers in jump ball situations. And so with a little bit of time, I thought the double wing sets early really helped with the pass protection, but once they loosened up Auburn's defense, I really no reason to throw the ball in the middle of the football field. I didn't think Auburn played a lot of cover two. I didn't think you needed to throw the ball in the middle of the field. I mean, you threw some slants.
Well, clearly you didn't need to. You won the football game. But I'm just saying, in general, with the offense, it's just another thing that I would sort of like to see added in there.
Well, they did. I mean, they threw it across the middle against Georgia.
Yes, some. Yeah,
I mean
even the touchdown to Ty Chandler in the Auburn game was obviously straight down the middle, but obviously I'm talking more slants and stuff like that.
They ran a couple slants, man. Couple times they were in 3 receiver sets and they ran triple slants where the inside guy had a 1-step slant, the middle guy had a 3-step slant, and the outside guy had more time to work to let those 2 receivers in front of him clear out. I'm sorry, Charlie. I don't see what you're saying there, man. I thought they didn't really need to throw the ball in the middle of the football field. When they did, they threw slants. They threw some tunnel screens.
I guess was a tunnel screen on 3rd down to Juwan Jennings that he ended up picking up the first down. That was a really, really nice play. I would love. Give me all of that.
Attack the corners, man. They did that. So attack them in jump ball situations. When you're throwing the ball inside, you're dealing with extra hands that can tip it. You're also dealing with more of a chance it gets picked off. With those back shoulder throws, it's either our guy or it's incomplete or it goes out of bounds. So it's just a higher percentage of completion when you're throwing those back shoulder throws on the sideline rather than throwing across the middle of the football field with a susceptible offensive line blocking. So I didn't think throwing in the middle of the football field was really necessary. It may be coming up. It won't be in this game because Alabama's going to play you man-to-man. On the slants, absolutely, because you can get right inside real quick. It's a short throw. I would just be careful sometimes on those digs if you have linebackers not coming up to stop the run because they can get in those passing lanes. They can tip it, really make it hard for Jared. But that's just kind of what I saw out there. All right, let's go to Tri-City Vol. Tri-City Vol, good morning.
What is going on, guys? I know everybody's doing good today in ball country. Huge win, much needed. It was good to see. Amazing show as always this morning. I had a quick question. You just mentioned, and y'all talked about it before, as far as the type of running backs that Alabama recruited, and I know they did not recruit Ty Chandler. But I was kind of going to compare and contrast kind of, I guess, size-wise. Isn't he kind of comparable to Alvin Kamara at height and kind of coming out of high school? Not at all comparing Ty Chandler to Alvin Kamara, obviously, but coming out of high school, highly recruited running back, you know, kind of that shaky, you know, can make people miss in space type of back. Just kind of, I'll take it off the air, but I was just kind of curious, kind of comparisons, why they maybe, you know, got Alvin Kamara or recruited Alvin Kamara and maybe did.
I mean, he really is. I mean, he can take a hit. He can make plays out of the backfield. Great hands. He has the speed to accelerate and separate away from defense. I see a little bit of similarities to him and Alvin Kamara just because they're so versatile. Very, very versatile. Hour 3 coming up.
Of 77 and a low of 56. A 40% chance of rain tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 48. Wednesday looks to be mostly sunny with a high in the mid. On the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words. Better call Be-Dry. Reach out to Be-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call Be-Dry.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, I mean, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy. VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense.
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, You tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The berry punch and activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the pure recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The chocolate gladiator and the chocolate shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you will feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys in the text bar. It's part of the free Swain event.
865-250-5503, Beat Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Whew, a lot of phone calls, a lot of messages here on the show. I want to kind of look at some of these numbers here. Jared was 21 for 32, 328 yards, sacked 3 times, had some explosive plays, along 42 yards. Jawan Jennings, 5 catches, 71 yards. Ty Chandler, 5 catches, 62 yards. Josh Palmer, 3 catches, 84 yards, 2 huge long explosive plays, 2 catches for 55 yards for Callaway. You look at these averages of our receivers, yards per catch, and they're big time. You need those explosive plays, and the explosive plays is what helped you combat the poor running effort, the lack of 4 yards per carry. You were able to get big chunks, and I thought it kind of negated some of that poor rushing. I thought Joe Doyle did a really good job. 3 punts inside the 20-yard line. Special teams, we were very clean there. Our field goal kicker, Samaga, did a really great job there, knocking it home from 42 yards and then coming back and knocking down another one. He was money. Tennessee was 10 for 19 on third downs. Had an opportunity to recover another kickoff, another onside kick. Pruitt rolling the dice there, saw something that maybe he saw in the Florida game, and hey, he rolled the dice there.
He was really, really looking to put his foot on the pedal, which I love. I loved seeing that, the aggression. They came very close to recovering that. I think if they, obviously you're not going to do that in every single game, but if they keep trying it, I think eventually you'll come down with one because they're running them perfectly. The thing is, I don't know if they could have done that any better without recovering the football.
Happy for these coaches. They did a really good job. 865-250-5503. Jawan Jennings' exchange with Coach Foreman after the game was really cool. Heard some people say that they got a little emotional seeing that. And Jawan was, I guess, a decision or two of not being on this football team, a decision or two from being at another school. And he was allowed to get a second chance, and he went through every hurdle, every hoop, did it the right way, earned his way back on this football team, and has done everything right since he's been reinstated. And wow, what a performance! That's what you want from your wide receiver. You want a wide receiver that's going to block in the running game, that's going to make plays in the passing game, is going to play with fire, play with intensity, and that's what you got from number 15. Love watching that dude play football. So happy for him.
Any player that you can get that has that sort of, I guess, moxie, is that the right word? Yeah, just that bravado. You take every single one of those that you can get. It's so awesome what he's bringing to this team. So happy that he got his chance. And great to see that he's affecting everything in a positive way, not being a drag like he maybe could have been if he doesn't kind of have the right attitude right now.
Oh yeah, and he is definitely one of the leaders. He is one of the leaders. Like it or not, he is one of the leaders. So, again, really, really happy for him. He did a great job. Defense, the front seven got to Jarrett Stidham, forced some really bad throws. Bryce Thompson had a break up there. I thought was a very key point of the game. Auburn could have went up with 14-3, but instead the rollout to the left, which I thought was a little weird call there, rolling out to Jarrett Stidham's non-dominant throwing hand, but he has to get his shoulders around and actually was a little late on the throw, which allowed Bryce Thompson to get back into play and knock that ball down. Yep. Auburn's forced to kick a field goal, and it goes from opportunity to go up 14-3 at home to just 10-3. And Tennessee was able to come back and put up points to win that game. So a lot of key plays stand out to you. I don't know if there's one that was more important than the other because there's just so many great plays, so many plays that contributed to this team winning. Hard to point out one, in my opinion. Maybe others could do that, but it's hard for me to point out one.
I think one that I was so impressed by was the sack with maybe for the fourth down sack with I want to say like 6 minutes left specifically. And it was DeAndre Johnson, right? Mm-hmm. And just to see a player like that who really he hasn't been much of a contributor at all to this team. I think he's a sophomore. And he comes in, I believe, in Jonathan Kongbo's stead after Kongbo goes out, unfortunately, towards ACL. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. But comes in and makes maybe the biggest play of the game. I mean, they stunted that drive and got Tennessee the ball back. And obviously goes from there and gets a couple of first downs and gets the clock down far enough to where Auburn can't really do anything. And, I mean, that was huge and one that I was surprised by and surprised to see the player that came through with that play. And that's really encouraging, I think, for the future. You got a sophomore making one of the biggest plays of the game. That's exciting.
A lot of big plays. Najee Warrior.
Yes.
Money says glad to see him making some big hits. I think it was one play. It was a throw in the flats, and 18 was screaming to the football, and just a textbook, perfect, fundamentally sound tackle. Eyes was up, ran through the tackle. It was a great play. We saw Najee Warrior playing with the effort and intensity and the motor that we saw him play with early in his career, something that we didn't see in the Florida game. We didn't see it some of the Georgia game, but we saw it on Saturday. It was good to see that from him. He needed to play his better game, and he did.
I love this comment from super sarcastic Vol fan. You definitely have to know the name to get this. He says, questions. Why aren't we ranked in the top 25 after this win? Does this put us into the playoff conversation? How bad will we beat Alabama? Does this performance put JG in the Heisman conversation?
Questions. Yeah. I'll go through and answer those. They hate on us. We should be top 25. We should be in the playoff conversation. And I think we beat Bama by 17. And then JG should be number one for Heisman. I mean, duh,
it's
right?
Clear, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure.
No one's overreacting over here.
Who else could it be?
No one's overreacting at all. Swain event fueled by Daily and Barbecue live at Beatty Chevrolet, Parkside Drive, home of the Warranty for Life.
Help.
There is a 30% chance of showers today, mostly cloudy with a high of 77 and a low of 56. A 40% chance of rain tomorrow, cloudy with a high of 66 and a low of 48. Wednesday looks to be mostly sunny with a high in the mid. On the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, That's right, nearly 60 years, B-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. B-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call B-Dry. Reach out to B-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call B-Dry.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Big Orange football is better alongside another Tennessee tradition, Mrs. Grissom's salad. Mrs. Grissom's ready-made snacks and meals are perfect for game day. Crowd favorites like the select pimento cheese and cranberry pecan chicken salad are delicious and easy to grab and go right from the grocery store. Going to the game? Visit Mrs. Grissom's in Vol Village for the must-have panini grilled pimento cheese hot dog. Man, select the best. Select Tennessee's own Mrs. Grissom's.
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma, with your ankle injury. I've been using this form of treatment for years, and so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy. VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The berry punch and activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the pure recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The chocolate gladiator and the chocolate shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
If you aren't following the Swain event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Going to the text box this morning here on the show, Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, live at Beatty Chevrolet, home of the warranty for life, BeattyChevrolet.com. New and pre-owned vehicles, a huge lot of beautiful Chevrolet cars and other brands of used cars here. Behind us is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Silverado Z71 blue. It is gorgeous. I can run over some mailboxes with this thing. maybe a couple Bama fans.
That's what it was made for.
I'm just kidding. I can't do that. Going to the text box, Middle Tennessee Vol says, JG haters can take a walk Is he perfect? Nope. Never will be, but you got to support our guy, #GBO. Jared has been pretty consistent this year in taking care of the football and playing within the offense, making some really good throws. But the game plan changed a little bit, and I thought they gave Jared more freedom, more of a green light, and he proved the coaches right. So I've said this all year long. Jared's not the reason why Tennessee is losing. Jared was actually giving Tennessee a chance to win by protecting the football. And, hey, one turnover against Auburn, even though Auburn turned it over 3 times, one turnover by Tennessee, probably this game is different. But Jared has been taking care of the football for the entire season, and hopefully the JG haters will take a seat. Take a seat, relax, chill. You have yourself a quarterback. DR Vol says, Swain, touchdown turnover, you will give Butch Jones a come-from-behind hug as he did Coach Mason when he comes to town Saturday. That is an absolute turnover. That will not be happening. Butch thinks I don't know about all those behind-the-scene lies that he was spreading. I know, Lyle. I know all about it. So I ain't going to forget it.
Will he even be here?
He'll be here.
Because he's not an on-the-field coach. He's just the coffee getter.
He's allowed to make the trip.
He's traveled to other venues. He has traveled to other SEC games.
I hope he shows his face. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be awkward for him, but whatever. No, I don't know, man. I think Butch is going to be timid. I think he'll be on his best behavior. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward for sure when you see him in Neyland Stadium wearing different color than orange. But it's going to be lovely. It's a great feeling. Let's get to Vol Nation. Vol Nation, good morning.
Morning, family. How y'all doing, man?
Morning.
Hey, man, it's been a great weekend, man.
It has.
For my Titans.
Except for your Titans. Yeah, your Titans.
I don't know what happened there, man. It was at 21-0. I'm like, what is – I didn't get a chance to see – you know what it was? I wasn't watching the game. That's what it was. That good luck charm, you're sitting there, you watch the game, you cheer them on. They just knew I was there, but I wasn't there.
Gotta watch every game, Vol Nation. Yeah.
Yeah, but this weekend was really great to see. I've been listening to everybody this morning. Everybody's been on point, and I gave a shout out to Swain. I said Swain knows quarterbacks. Like Bo knows, Swain knows quarterbacks. I mean, to watch JG this week was awesome. I mean, I had to wake my son up because it was an early game. He was still knocked out. I said, Terrell, I said, hey, the game's on. He hops up, and we had some things going on, so I kept hearing him shout and scream because he was like, I don't know what team this is, but it ain't us, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? And because they, like I said, they look like they really bought in. We're looking at the offense. I was watching JG, and he really looked like he was very confident in the game plan. I mean, we don't have 2 weeks to prepare for everybody, but that 2 weeks I think really helped. You can see when his communication with the wide receivers, his pre-snap reads. Everything just seemed to flow from the start to finish. And I was really excited to see that, to see the receivers attacking the football, high pointing the football. I mean, the play calling, like I said, of course it always can be better, but it was significantly better than what we have been seeing. Getting Ty Chandler, like you said, those reps. The first time I did tweet out something, and I was kind of upset with disappointed, I won't say upset, with Tim Jordan when he tried to dance his way around and get outside. I'm like, because the DBs had already basically conceded that he was going to get that first down. Because if he had planted that foot, squared his shoulders up, and drove through their chest, he would have got the first down easy.
Yes.
But, it's just part of his mentality, and that's something I guess he's got to work on. When you're in the heat of the moment, you revert back to muscle memory. And he's used to bouncing. Everything's a bounce. I'm thinking like, dude, you're already like 2 steps from the sideline. There's nowhere to bounce to. Run somebody over, Yeah. But overall, the performance, I was very, very excited to see what I was seeing because I looked at this and I told my son, I said, hey, if they had played like this against for 60 minutes, because they might not have played 60 minutes, but they came close, maybe about 45, 50 minutes this game. But if they played like this against Florida, we would have beat Florida. If they had played like this against Georgia, I'm not sure what would have happened because they only played 30 minutes, maybe, in the Georgia game, and it was very close. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But It was very exciting to see that. I'm very pleased with them. I loved seeing, Warrior just jacked. He came up and smacked that running back. It's sure tackles.
Yes.
It was like, I was like, the aggression and the pursuit and the passion that you saw the defense. I looked up and I'm looking at Bain, I'm looking at Chateau, I'm looking at Johnson. They're in the backfield. You see Hike, and next thing you know, the quarterback's running for his life.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the defensive ends after it. I'm seeing everybody working together as a team and being where they're supposed to be. And even the DBs looking like, they knew exactly what was going on. There was an interception that I was waiting for. It didn't quite happen because I'm looking at Bryce Thompson. And Bryce Thompson had that pick that he did, later on in the game. But the first pick was when they drove down the field and they tried to throw a pass. I don't know if it was to a tight end or to a wide receiver, and he kind of stepped in front of it because it was the goal line stance. He stepped in front of it and tipped it away.
Mm-hmm.
He was waiting for that pick. If that guy had thrown the ball the way that he probably should have thrown it, he would have walked right into that. And with the flow of everybody going to the right, he would have took that to the house.
Yeah, game ventures.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wow. And so they just looked so much more comfortable, so much more confident, everybody allowing everybody to do their job. And, I just had to give a shout-out to the defensive line. I don't know if anybody said anything about them or not because they were playing some football.
Yeah, they play well, Vol Nation, and we are up against it. Let me highlight something else. You mentioned JG. I don't know if anyone else is going to highlight this, maybe Ainge, but the job of a quarterback is when you have guys who are not lined up correctly, is to line them up. That's having a true understanding of the offense. That's also being a leader and having a command of the playbook in your offense. And we saw JG do that. We saw JG tell Josh Palmer to get off or get on the ball. And that's when you start to see the maturation of a quarterback and him take his offense and take his team and put them on his shoulders. And I saw Jared do that in this game. I didn't see Jared do a lot of that in other games where, I don't know, I haven't watched game film with coaches or anything, but I'm pretty sure Jared just ran plays where guys were lined up in the wrong position. But we saw Jared point to guys and tell them, no, get off the ball, or no, do this, no, do that. I do want to see us change a little bit of the hand signals because every time he did it, it was run. Those are adjustments you have to make on the fly, but good day by Jared. We got to go today. Live at Beatty Chevrolet. That show flew by like golly, man, like a speeding bullet, man, like a train or something.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, man, big win. So we will wrap up today's show, and tomorrow we'll be back in studio 7 a.m. For Charlie Burris and Ben McKee. I'm Jason Swain, live from Beatty Chevrolet. Hope you have a great day. Peace and love.
A wet basement or a